How important is mental wellness for men?
We are talking about men's mental health. We're talking about the societal pressure. We're talking about their relationships, their habits, addictions. It's very hard for them to first of all accept that there is something wrong and I need help for that.
Men suppress their emotions because in our society they've been always told to suppress whatever they're really feeling.
That's true, yes. They suppress because of the upbringing, because of the thought processes. All is playing a part in their mental health. It starts right from the childhood. What is a boy made to feel? This you should do, you are a boy.
Have you ever encountered somebody who's, had a complete reversal of their mental health issue with Ayurveda?
With God's grace, yes. Many men who have completely transformed their life, but men who have approached in their 50s or 40s saying that this is something which has been troubling me all my life. I'm addicted to this substance, this substance, this substance. Everything on the surface seems very good, but something was eating him up from the inside that probably he's cheating on himself.
This one's for all the men out there. Tell us, when was the last time you really checked upon yourself? Not your financial needs, not your office needs, not your family needs, but you. We get it. Men are wired to be strong. They're the providers, the protectors, the problem solvers. But mental health among men is not really talked about even in this day and age. Men are constantly told to brush off their emotions, to put a smile on their face even in the worst of times, and to just take life even if they are exhausted and feeling worried or anxious inside. They never put a grimace on their face even if the situation they are faced with are not something that they can handle. And today, in-house is Dr. Anirudh Sehra, our mental health expert, and a Maharshi Vaidya who is going to make us understand what is the power of mental wellness for men, how it can manifest into different physical disorders. He is going to give you some tips and solutions that you can maintain your mental hygiene with as well. Stay tuned because this is a very, very important episode for your brothers, for your fathers, for all the men that are part of your life. Welcome, Dr. Sehra.
Thank you for having me.
Men, we don't really talk about emotions and men together. How important is mental wellness for men?
I would say equally important.
Okay.
But it's, like you said, not talked about. It's somewhere still a taboo for a man to accept that, yes, I need help.
Yes.
Right? In society, we see that, and even in my clinical practice, the percentage of ladies seeking help is more. But men, it's very hard for them to first of all accept that there is something wrong and I need help for that. And secondly, even if they accept it, the patient's level that this is working, this is not working is very low because of the societal pressure.
Yeah.
So yes, this needs to be addressed. It's high time.
Do you think men suppress their emotions because, in our society, they've been always told to suppress whatever it is that they're really feeling and actually present themselves as the strong beholder of all and, somebody who can take care of his family and that macho man image. Do you think that underlying there's a lot going on and because of that, a lot of physical illnesses also start manifesting in them?
Anatomically and physiologically, men and women are different.
Yes.
ये हमको बहुत अच्छे से पता है. But psychologically, differentiation थोड़ा सा deeper level पे है.
Okay.
Not only because of how we are built, but mainly because of what norms society has set. Like you said, क्या men suppress करते हैं अपने emotions? That's true, yes. They suppress because of the upbringing, because of the thought processes, because of the kind of challenges. इस सब चीज़ों की वजह से वो अपने इमोशंस सप्रेस करते हैं. एंड यहाँ पे काफ़ी सारी चीज़ों का रोल है जहाँ हम बोलेंगे कि इमोशंस सप्रेस हो रहे हैं. बट द क्वेश्चन इज, शुड दे सप्रेस और नॉट? यस, दे सप्रेस. शुड दे सप्रेस और नॉट? तो a very beautiful concept of Ayurveda again. Dharani and Adharaniya Vegas. Some emotions, some urges, some thought processes should be definitely suppressed. And some, they are very natural process.
Like, give me an example.
I'll give you an example. If a man's mother has died, the natural emotion is to cry,
Yes.
is to grieve, is to remember her, is to shed tears, is to be vulnerable. But what does the society demand? In that moment, all the rituals have to be done by the man of the house,
Yeah.
right? Every arrangement has to be made. Guests need to be attended. So much is going on, especially in India, if I'm talking about. The man does not get even a time, even a minute.
To think
To
that
think
his
that
mother has died.
Mother has died.
Yeah.
Naturally, in that process, man learns to suppress. And this is a natural emotion. It should be there. If this is kept like this, years pass by, that proper grieving has not happened. It will start to show in different things.
Okay.
Emotional outbursts. That will start to happen. We often see families complaining, wives complaining that he has a problem of anger outbursts. A man has anger outburst mainly because he does not know how to convey his emotions.
So it's sort of a, nervous system regulation.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that anymore. And you're saying that grieving can actually contribute to develop something like that.
Yes, this is just one example I'm sharing with you
Okay.
of grieving. But wherever the emotions need to be naturally,
And if they're suppressed.
and if they are suppressed, they somehow come in the form of anger and irritation. This is where we need to understand that emotional regulation for men at right time is very important.
Is that the same for women?
I would say women still, because acceptance is there in the society that yes, they are highly sensitive emotionally, intelligent also emotionally. So it's very much accepted in the society for them to share, for them to cry, for them to actually share their heart out.
Yeah.
It's socially acceptable. They have a friend circle where it is
Like females have a very good
Very
support,
good
system,
support system.
and they kind of reach out on their own.
Yes.
Even if they're feeling, I feel like it's easier for me to say I'm feeling sad today.
Yeah.
As versus my husband, because even if he's feeling sad, I can sense it, but he will still not say it.
So true.
And I have to kind of, dig it out of him that what happened or something happened. And I don't think I have seen a lot of men expressing anything in front of me throughout my life.
Yes, this is because you're right. Support system plays a very big part.
Yeah.
If a girl says today to her best friend, hey, I'm feeling very sad, she'll be like, I'm dropping everything and coming over to your house right now.
Exactly.
We are going to do skincare routine. We are going to do this. You're going to have a very good spa day. And we will discuss what is going on in your life.
Yeah. And I
But-
think so in that sense, females have kind of progressed a little better
They
than
have
men.
progressed. Absolutely. But if a guy calls to his best friend and say, hey, I'm feeling sad. "Eh, pagal ho gaya kya?"
That's true.
This is a very natural response a guy best friend would say. Or he would even ignore it. कि हाँ चल पराठे खाने चलते हैं. That's the best they would do.
But the suicide rates and the heart attack rates as well is definitely much higher in men as compared to women. So there is definitely something we are missing.
Yes.
And this could be one of those things. They never really address it. They never bring it up. And even if they do, the society has been made into, feeling that, oh my God, it's not important to address your emotions. Why do you need somebody to talk about it? Just process it yourself. But some people need help processing their own emotions. And familial support, friend support is very important. But till what extent should this support be? Because I see also the other end of the spectrum where people talk too much about their emotions and they dwell and wallow in their emotional
And glorify
pool
it.
and glorify it on Instagram probably. Should there be a balance?
there definitely should be a balance.
Okay.
Whenever we are talking about men's mental health, we're talking about the societal pressure. We're talking about their relationships. We're talking about their habits, their addictions. This all is playing a part in their mental health. Of course, their diet, lifestyle, all those things do play a part. But here specifically, these are so much of an aggravating factor.
Yeah.
It starts right from the childhood. How the upbringing is. What is a boy made to feel? This you should do, you are a boy. This you shouldn't do.
This is something that I have noticed. A lot of fathers say that to their boys growing up. You shouldn't cry. You're not a girl, you're a boy. And boys don't cry. What do you think about that?
This stays with those boys forever.
Forever.
It's very hard to take it out. And it causes so much of a misunderstanding of what masculinity is.
Exactly.
So this reminds me of a very good scene from a series I watched long back. It's called Permanent Roommates. So in that, there was this father-in-law, and he was going through a lot of things. So, and he was not able to share it. The guy goes to his father-in-law and he says, "Hey, it's okay. Tell me what happened." He said, "No, if I start to tell, I'll start to cry." And then he says, "Be a man and cry like a girl."
That's true. Sometimes you just need that. You just need that outlet. And I don't know where this concept came in from, that men shouldn't cry and it's only women who can cry or who are allowed to cry. And if, crying is really needed at that time, that emotion has to be surpassed or has to be, taken out from your system, then it should be. But majority men feel very uncomfortable crying in front of someone.
Yes, and they suppress it. And this is where Ayurveda's concept of Ashru Veg Dharan comes in.
What does that mean?
Ashru is tears. Veg means the urge. And Dharan Karna means controlling the urge of crying. Holding on to your tears.
It's bad for you.
It's bad for you. Ayurveda clearly distinguishes between Dharaniya and Adharaniya Vegas, the urges which should be controlled and which shouldn't be controlled. We talked about it.
Yes.
And in that itself, the very physical urge where tears are about to come and we are trying to hold it leads to physical disorders, leads to more built-up stress, leads to discomfort always, leads to sense of insecurity. There's a condition called Manyastamba, where stiffness of neck and shoulders and this kind of complaints increase. These are all there because of Ashru
Pent-up
Veg Dharan,
emotions.
of holding tears.
Of holding tears
Of
specifically.
holding tears specifically.
So you were saying that, if a man has stiffness here in the shoulder area, neck area, they've held on to some tears or some emotions
Yes.
in the past.
Yes, for sure. It's very clearly written in Ashtanga Hridayam.
Wow.
And what is the treatment? Treatment is, of course, to share their heart out, to be able to cry, to have good sleep. It's also a part of it,
Yeah.
because then they would have time to contemplate and they will be much more relaxed to actually contemplate on what has happened. And yes, this has affected me, to be able to accept that
Yes.
and be vulnerable. Men are scared to be vulnerable.
Is that an inherent property or is it something that society has conditioned them to be?
I would say it's both in a way.
Okay.
Men, because are physically stronger, I would say, in general. So such kind of acts always have been there, that yes, you have to provide. Yes, you have to gather.
Exactly.
Such things. So the mindset becomes like, no, I am responsible for this. I'm not only responsible but for my own life. I'm responsible for this person. I'm responsible for my parents' health, for my family, my wife, my kids. And that mentality stays with them. It's very important to understand where it should be applied and where it should not be applied.
Yes.
Today, a lot of toxic masculinity is getting popular on Instagram,
That's true.
right? Like, hey, you're a man, you should make other people feel like this. You should make women feel like this. You should be the one
Inappropriate
controlling
behaviors,
inappropriate behaviors, inappropriate comments, talking about dressing sense, behaviors, everything. It's just not what masculinity is.
Is there some definition of this perfect man that's how his body should be, that's how his, like emotions should be, that is how he should be represented? Anything in the scriptures?
In Ayurveda, description of a Shukra-sar Purush has been told.
Okay.
Shukra is one of the dhatus, which is responsible for our reproductive health. When a man is full of such dhatu, that is explained in Ayurveda. But mentally and physically, how the man looks must be clearly defined in Kama Sutra. But that's not my field of expertise. So we stay till...
So we won't go there.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Tell me about this. You mentioned that this is one of the things, the neck pain or the, stiffness of pent-up emotions or tears specifically. What are other physical manifestations that you have seen in your practice where men have, stopped their emotions or suppressed and it has converted into a physical disorder?
When you talk about mental health, generally suppress one, of course, tears. Then vak pravritti also. Speech. They tend to get close.
So they stop speaking?
They stop speaking, they stop sharing when they should share, when they should speak it out. So that is also a vague dharana. Again, it leads to physical complaints as well. It can lead to speech disorders, it can lead to respiratory disorders, but there is no definitive evidence of that it's linked. It may lead to that.
It may lead to that. Anything to do with gut issues more prevalent in men who suppress their emotions?
I was coming to that because here, anger, like we discussed before, the pent-up emotions take a form of anger, outbursts happen, and that anger immediately leads to increased pitta in men's body. That, combined with pitta increasing addictions like smoking and drinking, suppress the metabolism to an extent that digestion issues become so prevalent and such a big menace in men's life that they have to deal with that till the end of their life.
Wow.
So whenever there is a man with gastric issues, with acidity, with a lot of burning sensation inside the chest and in the stomach, we have to understand it's stemming from something deeper. Of course, the food habits play a part, the addictions play a part, but thought processes have a very, very clear effect on this. And then blood pressure.
Blood pressure is quite an evident one.
Evident one.
Yeah, that's the first one to go out of balance.
Absolutely. The first one to go out of balance. We notice it immediately. Then migraines start to come up. Then different kind of shirishul as per Ayurveda happen. And in their nidanas also, in their causative factors also, krodha is told, kama is told, desire, excessive desire. So then there are men who have problems with controlling excessive desire. And that turns into some or the other mental condition.
Masturbation is also something that is, recommended, not recommended, we don't know. But masturbation is something that men use a lot as a
coping mechanism. Yes.
To their mental health issues.
Yes.
So men who suffer from mental health disorders like anxiety, depression.
I'm glad you brought it up and finally we can address it because in men's mental health, this plays a vital role.
Okay, so tell me the pros and cons.
So from the starting itself, a child is exposed to pornographic films. Sex ed is that itself, that this is how I should treat a woman. This is what intimacy means.
And they start seeing women in a very different light.
Derogatory way.
Yes.
That this is something which I possess. It's a very different light.
Till that time, they haven't even thought about it.
Yes.
But you start putting that idea in there of that particular organ, that there is a certain function to it, and you're supposed to use it like this.
Like that, yes.
Even when they may or may not be mentally prepared for it.
Absolutely. So early exposure to such things leads to habit of masturbation. And because in teenage, in school, it becomes like a prevalent thing in friend circles. Only those who are spiritually inclined can actually get away from that.
Yeah, but those who are weaker or who have a certain inclination or don't have the care and support of their family.
Care and support and education, education,
They fall into the trap of that.
Absolutely. They fall into the trap. And then it's so problematic that, one, of course, physically it drains them. Their focus is all over the place. They cannot, their willpower becomes weaker. Why? Because just after the Shukra Dhatu comes Ojas.
Yes.
You're talking about Shukra Sar Purush, the one who is full of Shukra, is a confident man, good-looking man, told in Ayurveda. But when Shukra starts to deplete, then the confidence goes down.
Because the Ojas, which is, the vitality, vigor factor in your body,
that
it starts
to
going
go
down.
What is Ojas? Ojas to Tejo Dhatu Nam. Shukrantanam Param Smritam. Hridaya Samapi Vyapi Deha Sthiti Nibandhanam. Tejo Dhatu, the tej we see in someone. When we meet someone. And
the
we meet,
glow and, the vitality
aura,
on their face.
The energy which we feel. Like, ye vyakti to bahut tejasvi hai. That tej is because of Ojas.
And that slowly that immune system also weakens down, the willpower weakens down, and confidence issues start cropping up.
The subtle Ayurveda begins here. We know about Vata, Pitta and Kapha. Everyone in the country is getting to know it now with Prakriti Parikshan happening.
Yeah.
People are getting aware. With institutes like Maharshi Ayurveda, people are more aware about Vata, Pitta and Kapha. But the subtle one comes now. Vata becomes Prana, Pitta becomes Tejas, and Kapha becomes Ojas. So, exposure to pornographic films and masturbation not only sets unrealistic expectations in men's mind, but depletes them of Ojas. Ojas is responsible here for physical immunity. There's Sattva Bala, which we talk about, mental immunity. Whenever mental immunity goes down, the resilience to take an action, the decisive power, the ability to control emotions, all of that goes down the drain. We need to understand this, and this is alarming.
Yes.
And it starts in young children.
Have you come across a case which you'd had to, figure out the solution for because they've masturbated a lot?
Yes, we come across many such cases. Not only in teenagers, but also in married adults, where they come up with a complaint of erectile dysfunction.
Because of
They don't know it's because of that.
Oh.
So when we do the proper history tracking, when we do the counseling, then we go into deeper habits and what is causing that. And yes, then we understand the unrealistic expectations which have been set, which are definitely not being met by the partner in real life.
Yes. So because they were exposed to porn so much.
Yes, brain chemistry changes after that.
So I know we've digressed a little bit from, mental health for men, but I think this is really, really important because just day before there was a Vajikaran expert who we talked to, and he said that he had a case where the man would not or could not sleep without masturbation.
Yes.
And that was a mental health issue that he had to, sort out. So what are the approaches for such people who cannot take care of their emotions without doing something like this? What are the easier paths for them? Ayurveda has a lot of solutions. So if you could enlighten my viewers on what are the options in Ayurveda, what are the approaches one should take?
Nowadays, masturbation is being promoted as a very healthy activity.
Yeah, that's the sad part.
That's the sad part. That's problematic because unrealistic expectations and the hormonal changes and depletion of the ojas.
Yeah.
We need to understand this is where Trayopstambha of Ayurveda play a big part. The case you just discussed, that and what you are just discussing are a part of Trayopstambha, the three supporting pillars of health as per Ayurveda, which are Ahar, Nidra and Brahmacharya. All these three are very much important for health. Either one of those, if it's unbalanced, if it's broken, if it's weak, then health cannot be attained. And by Brahmacharya, we not only mean abstinence from sexual activities, we mean abstinence from indulging into desires.
Too much.
Overindulgence. This is where Indriya Artha Samyoga play a very big part. Ati Yoga, Mithya Yoga and Ayoga. which means if we are engaging one or the other senses of the body too much, like we just discussed, that is Ati Yoga. Mithya Yoga, which is not real, which again we just discussed, because that's not real what they are witnessing. And Ayoga, even if Ayoga is there, not at all using it when the right time is there in Grihastha that also is a problematic thing. So proper uses of our senses is very much important. That is brahmacharya. Brahm ke acharan ko palan karna is brahmacharya.
Yeah.
And Brahm means knowledge. And that does not stop with certain age.
Yes, it is all your life.
It's all our life.
That's true.
So if brahmacharya needs to be there, means we are preparing ourselves to absorb that knowledge.
Yeah.
Patrata ka vikas. That is a very core concept of spirituality.
Yeah.
Patrata means that we, our own capacity as a vessel to absorb that knowledge.
Yes.
That needs to be there. That is brahmacharya.
Yeah.
And then, of course, nidra. Like you were saying that there was this person who could not sleep without masturbation. Here we need to understand which is the responsible dosha for that sleep. Is it because vata is increased too much? Or is it because kapha is decreased
Too much.
too much? Or is it that he sleeps and he wakes up many times in between because of the increased pitta in pitta kal in the night?
At night.
तो underlying factor को हमने dosha perspective से identify करना है. And psychologically we need to understand also that this has been taught to him through peers that this is how you fall asleep and this is healthy, this is okay.
So if a man has to take an Ayurveda treatment, he or she is not able to express their emotions, what would you tell them at home? Like where to start?
I would tell that man, hey brother, you don't need to worry. You are not alone, first of all. Just try to recall the things you used to love. You used to love cricket a lot. When was the last time you picked up a bat? And if it's too long ago, then something is not right. Even after working so hard, you're not able to do the things which you love. It means some of the other help is required. Be open to that. Maybe just talk with your partner, with your mother, with your friend. And it's okay to talk. They might make fun of you, no problem. At least you will start somewhere. And if they don't have the solution, you're always welcome to the professionals. They will help you for sure. There is no shame in that.
That's brilliant. But tell me that men with mental health issues, what are their options in Ayurveda? Can they start drinking a magic tea at home? Can they start taking a herb? Any dincharya or any change in lifestyle, what they should do if they have a lot of emotions?
First thing which affects men when everything is going haywire is their sleep. Start from your sleep.
Okay.
That's what Ayurveda recommends, because sleep is not just a time period to rest. Nidra ittam sukham dukham. So it starts from sukh and dukh. And if there is dukha in a man's life, Ayurveda says starts from your sleep. Improve your sleep health, sleep quality, sleep timings. Nidra ittam sukham dukham. Pushti, karshya, bala, abalam. So bala is also there because of this good sleep.
Strength.
And abala, if there is no good sleep, then abala will be there.
So fix your sleep first.
Fix your sleep. Vrishata, klibata, fertility and impotency. Sleep controls that also.
Yeah.
Jnanam, ajnanam, knowledge and ignorance. Sleep plays a very, very big part in any person's life. But why we're talking about that in men's mental health discussion is because they tend to ignore it. Whenever they feel the burden of family, the financial burden, their responsibilities getting increased day by day, or just their own burden where they feel that I am not doing enough, I can do better, they start to compromise on their sleep
Okay.
and their sleep quality.
So what can I do for sleep?
First of all, start with Shirodhara.
Okay. That's a Panchkarma treatment.
That's a Panchkarma treatment where a medicated oil or a decoction is poured over the forehead, over here, which is where our pineal and pituitary gland are there.
Yeah.
And which starts to regulate hormones in our body and controls our emotion, relaxes us, increases sleep quality. So that is where we can very easily start, because it's a passive process.
Yes.
You're not doing anything actively.
Okay.
So reach out to your nearest Ayurveda
Center.
Panchkarma center and share out about its sleep condition. This is something which they will definitely recommend.
If you have a sleep issue.
If you have a sleep issue,
Okay.
even if you don't have a sleep issue and there are riled up emotions and you're not relaxed, you're agitated always,
So Shirodhara calms you.
Shirodhara calms you down. And there are so many researches done on this therapy, which people can read in scholarly articles.
What about a massage at home?
Such a simple therapy,
Yeah.
but such a beautiful result.
Abhyanga has a lot of importance in Ayurveda.
Abhyanga has such an importance in Ayurveda. It's not only a physical activity. Whenever we go for a massage, we can experience that there are certain knots in our body.
Yeah.
They are not just physical knots. They are because of so many hormones which are disturbed and again piled up there. And that is because of stress. That is because of emotional dysregulation. And Abhyanga helps to dissolve that all out. Abhyanga helps to control that vata, that always in the state of restlessness. Abhyanga
calms
helps-
it down.
Calms it down.
Any specific magic oil that can be for anyone and everyone?
Sesame oil is a magic oil.
Till.
Til ka tel is a magic oil. I often read about it and get fascinated that how does that oil know what needs to be done?
Yes.
It's not too kapha increasing in nature. It's not scraping in nature. It's a very balanced oil. So if you say magic oil, without a doubt, go for til tel, Abhyanga, sesame oil, good quality one. If you can get it made in front of you,
Cold pressed.
wooden
So
pressed.
the sesame oil has to be cold pressed.
If it is, then it's the best.
It's the best.
Yes.
All right. And any tea or herb that I can take at home if I see my father is, a little anxious, a little out there.
My favorite one is Yashtimadhu. Mulethi.
Okay.
Mulethi ke to kitne benefits hai. Kapha it's reduces the kapha. And it also reduces the vata.
Vata.
It also reduces pitta. It's such a beautiful herb.
I love Mulethi. It's one of my favorite herbs as well.
Yes.
But most people think it's only for cough and cold
Or they think it's only for skin.
skin. But it does have a lot of good effect.
It's a very good medhya aushadhi. Very good for mind.
The mind.
Yes.
Have you ever encountered somebody who's had a complete reversal of their mental health issue with Ayurveda?
With God's grace, yes. Many men who have completely transformed their life, even in their 40s, their 50s, where we feel that someone who has not changed till their 50s will definitely not work after that.
Yeah.
Right? But men who have approached in their 50s or 40s, late 40s, saying that this is something which has been troubling me all my life. I'm addicted to this substance, this substance, this substance.
Oh my.
And along with that, the habit of masturbation.
Wow.
Everything on the surface seems very good. That man, the particular man, had amazing life on the surface. Was a very successful businessman. Was into sports. Used to go to play every day. Had great friends, so to say. And good family life as well.
Yeah.
But something was eating him up from the inside, that probably he's cheating on himself. That this is not what he's meant for. He's meant for greater things, better things. He's just limited to what he has got in his life. The things he's addicted to is the reason he's not able to overcome that.
Some sort of lack of satisfaction or contentment.
Lack of contentment, not being the best self also. He had much more capacity. He knew it.
He knew it.
Yes.
He just couldn't go past his,
His
addictions or
his own set boundaries. So what did we do with Ayurveda? First of all, we started with Deepan Pachan, started correcting his gut.
So Deepan Pachan, for those who don't know, is rekindling your
Metabolic
digestive
fire,
fire.
yes.
And, also taking away the toxins that could be covering your fire. So Deepan Pachan was the first thing you did.
For the first thing we do for most of the people because of the lifestyle today.
Yes.
And secondly, we started with Panchkarma Shodhan. Because we wanted a significant impact in his life, we started with that. And the treatment which was given was Basti treatment. It's medicated enema.
Yeah.
So it worked on the gut and the brain, gut-brain axis.
Yeah.
And it had amazing results. His mental strength, mental stamina, which we talked about earlier, increased so much that the next time he came to me, he said, I'm able to accomplish so many things at work, so many things in personal life that I had never thought of, which I used to think are now gone.
Yeah.
Imagine in his late 40s. So that was the effect of Panchkarma, of Basti, which was there in his life. And gradually, post that, with the Rasayana therapy of Ayurveda, where Rasayanas like Chyawanprash, like Maharshi, Amrit Kalash,
Yeah.
which are very much helpful in restoring the balance in our body, which somehow regenerate the cellular structures. Because people think once a cell is dead, it cannot be regenerated. That was old concept. Now the concepts like neuroplasticity have come up. Even neurons can be regenerated.
Yeah.
And Ayurveda had been working on it since ages.
Yeah. The Rasayana therapy itself is just rejuvenation and, anti-aging.
Anti-aging.
And achieving immortality, so to say. Just
Yes.
slowing down your aging
Yes.
to the extent that, you are almost immortal.
Yeah.
Right. I know, I've heard of it. So I
that's what
think
we
that's
did.
brilliant.
And his addiction stopped after that.
Oh, wow.
Major change happened when he said, Doctor, 1 week ago, I had quit smoking. And it has not even a single instance that I felt craving of it. It just feels like a different life now.
Yes.
It was a past life where I used to do something. Now there's so much change. And I thank God that we have this opportunity through Ayurveda.
Exactly. To do such good deeds. To help people who are really in need. To help men who are really in need. And also God bless to that man who actually came and took your help.
Yes. And
because most men out there need that encouragement, that
True.
pushing,
Yes.
that go get yourself checked, go get yourself, the help you need, the medications you need, or the Ayurveda treatment that you need. So this is for all the men out there. Don't shy away from your emotions. If you're not feeling good, you're not feeling good. And I think one thing probably you can learn from women is how to take care of yourselves. Probably I feel like women are a little better
Yes,
than men.
absolutely.
And start learning to take care of yourselves at a very young age. It's good. It makes you feel good, and life is much better if you don't have those pent up emotions, those collected emotions in your body. And if you're having any physical disorder, like Dr. Anirudh said, many of them could be because you have suppressed an emotion in the past. So come to a Vaidya, see Dr. Anirudh Sehra at Maharshi Ayurveda Hospital, Shalimar Bagh, and find out what is causing that particular disorder in your system. He's a mental health specialist who can take you on a really good revival or a mental health journey, as many of his patients do also say. Thank you so much for joining us. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel. Do share it. If you'd like a personalized Vaidya guidance, call the number on the screen and somebody will get in touch with you. Do like, comment and share this video, especially with the men in your family. Thank you so much. Jai Gurudev.